Okay, let's move to the next thing. Now for that I'll remove this light target. I don't need that, and I'm changing this to a shape emitter. Okay, we have some particles. We'll put life up to maybe 200, as long as this goes. Okay, maybe I'll put it somewhere 400. Okay, now let's look into that collider thing. Let's have a collider here, and it automatically makes a collider. If you don't have any forks in it, automatically create a forks in, then a collider. But it doesn't make sense because there is no emitter there, so you have to make another emitter. Let's delete this one too right now, and let's look into that collider group. And there is a forks collider here. It has lesser parameters than an emitter. Of course, there is nothing much to say there. All you have to do is make this object a collider. Let's put somewhere emitted particles can collide. Let's put it here and go back to collider, and this one is enable collision. If this is turned off, collider won't work. Some of the properties will work even if you turn this off, but there will be a different enable option here. If you turn this off, nothing will work. As far as I know, there will be bugs. I don't know, you can contact me if you find something, but it's the thing here. Okay, now you can see the group again here. Now let's look into the group also, because whenever if I say all the groups in one part, it might be confusing if you don't know what the concept is. Let's create a group here. If you right click, and you can add a group there, and if you want, you can change the group color to anything. I'll change into nice orange for Fox Lab color. That's not the real color of Fox Lab, but yeah, that is. Let's put this group one into both group, and we go back and play now. You can see the emitters are in orange now. That indicates these particles are in this group one. You can rename it to anything, maybe Fox group, whatever. Okay, so all of these are in Fox group. Now let's put our sphere as editable into the Fox collider. The thing is with this Fox collider, let's delete this one, and if you select one editable objects while you're creating this Fox collider, it automatically put that collider into this object. Now our particles are colliding with our object and bouncing. Apart from that native emitter of Cinema 4D, it will collide with object. The particles is actually colliding, not the object. Cloned into the object is not colliding with the collider objects. It will be colliding with the particles. That will be make more fast result than object, and all the polygons are colliding with another polygon object. Okay, now let's move on. There is collider. Let's hide this collider but there will be the collider there. Let's change it to backside, and the Fox collider is going inside, and let's give it some more life. I think that will do, and it is colliding from inside of our sphere. You can see that here it is colliding from the inside, and if I change it to both side, it will collide outside and inside. If I change it to back, it will be inside and back side and one side. You can see the difference, right? Okay, the offset is actually, if you put it for your purposes, most of the time particle size travel will work. And if you put, I'll turn this on, an offset, it will give it an offset. I'll put 0.2, and it will be giving an offset of 0.2. I believe it's, sorry, it will only work in, that is also a bug. It should be giving a float value. I'll change it in this 1.77 version. I think there's some there's an integer conversion. Okay, let's say This is what we needed, and there is a variation. So some of them will get into that here, some of them will move it from the offset. Okay, you get the idea now. Some of them are colliding from here, some of them are getting to that object. Let's put it back to 0. There is one more tab, physics tab. This all, or I'll put back to none, and it will collide from that object. Now we can go to physics tab, and there is bounce. You know what bounce is. If I turn this off, all the particles won't bounce. Maybe the orange is a bad idea, it is not showing. Let's put it somewhere green, and you can you see? No, let's change it different, and it should be green. Let's turn this off. Okay, it's not bouncing. Why it is dead? But it's 1%. Okay, it's not dead. It's actually there. My drops. I'm showing this as in drops. Yours won't be. Yours will be like It's, I believe. Yeah, it's sticking there. Actually, it has no bounce. Drops will be showing you the velocity too, like a motion blur thing. If it is moving fast, it will be having longer lines. If it is moving slow, it will be a dot. So it's not moving, so you can't see the particles there, but there is the particle. Let's put it back to ticks, I think. Or maybe even dots can do. Yeah, dots. Put it there. I don't like these ticks thing. Unless I need to see where the particles are, I always put dots or, you know, dots. Now all my particles are stuck in there because there is no bounce. If I put back to 40, the default, it will be bouncing. If I put it to 100, it will be bouncing. First, I believe, yeah, it's going faster. Let's put it back to 100, and it's a nice number. And the friction, you can know if it is sliding. This collider is not sliding right now, so I can't see the friction, but you know what it is happening, and I'm not showing you all of this. And maybe I can show you this spin thing, because let's, for the spin, you already know we need a cloner thing. Let's put it back to cloner object. This time I'm using Fox group, and it's already spinning because why is that spinning? I believe that is from here. Yeah, there is a spin here. I'll turn that off. Now there is no spin. Maybe that cube is little bit big. I'll turn that down, and I always put the here, you know, whenever I need to use the size thing. Okay, now let's go back to collider thing, and if I turn this on, right, that is percentage, I believe, or is it? Yeah, it should be percentage. Okay, there's another bug one. So we'll be fixing that. I'll be marking that too. Yeah, I marked it. I might be a priority thing. Unfortunately, I didn't add priority for our Fox collider. Let's see what happens when I do that. Okay. Now the last thing is here, event only and group on event. This is an important one, and I use all the time for this. If I turn this on, you can see those are not colliding right now, but something is happening. I'll show you what is happening in a moment. If I turn this off, you can see that for you to see, I'll put it into the text, even if I don't like this thing. And let's see, it's all in Fox group by birth, right? It's in Fox group, so it is green. Let's create another group, add, and let's try to hit, whatever you like, and go to that collider thing. And if I put it inside this group event, group on event, so let's try it again. If it is going to, and whenever hit that circle or whatever this sphere thing, and it is turning into the next group. This will work with many things. Like you can add a window only for this the second group, not the first group, or a tracer for this group, or whatever. Let's do that tracer thing, right? Let's go to this thing and create a tracer, and for now it has sphere collider. Let's delete that one. If I put all, every particle will be having a tracer, right? If I put box group instead of all, it will be having tracer here, and the next particles it turned into the next group, and it won't be having a tracer. If I put the next thing, it won't be having that tracer, right? If I let's make another, maybe this time a plane. What's the plane? Yeah, and put it in the z-axis, and let's move it somewhere here, and proceed and create a collider. This time let's put it in the event, and we'll create another particle, and maybe this time a blue one. Yep, and we'll put it here, particle group, and it's turning into, it should be, but it's actually upside down, or the polygon normals are in the wrong way, so we'll put the collider into backside. Now it will be turning it into the next group. You can put this group and this group. If I have this in the collider thing, and if I turn this off, you can see there will be a small line there because it is changing there, and the new tracer is beginning there. But if I put this inside this hit thing, you can see that both of this, the hit group is affecting the group 1 too, because that's the child of it. So group 1 also will be having a tracer there. So that's the concept of the group, and that is why there is an event only. In physics there is only an event only property. If I turn this on, the particles will collide and change into the group 1, but collision will be affecting according to that, right? Maybe I'll give it some rotation to show you what is happening. Okay, let's stop that and give it rotation. I think I did give it a small rotation, did I? That's in polygon mode. Okay, my mistake. Let's give it a rotation here, and let's play. It's turned with this collider, and it's turning. This is happening with that collision, and also turning it into a next group, turning into the next group, and the hit group is actually tracing, and the group 1 maybe a child group, whatever group you, whatever the name you gave, the child group is actually the child of this hit group. So if hit groups have a tracer or even a cloner, let's put that cloner group, and the cloner will be having hit group, and the child group will be having the cloner properties. Okay, you get the idea right now, I believe, with the group thing and this collider object.